Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss the question building an aquarium. So yeah, you can pause the video and just once go through the question. The question says that you have an aquarium, right? And you have a piece of coral made of n columns and the ith of which has height of ai. Like you are given an array A and each coral has you have a coral made of n columns and the height of each column is given in your array vector. Now what you want to do is you want to build an aquarium of height suppose h. Now when you build an aquarium of height h, then you can pour some water in it. Now as you can see in this given example, like when we poured water of height equals to 4, now the water gets accommodated in between the columns. So if the height of the columns was less than what our height of aquarium was, so water will come above it, right? So we are also told like we can fill maximum of x amount of waters. We are given x in this question. We can fill maximum of x amount of waters. So keeping these conditions in mind, we need to say that what is the maximum value of h we can use. So let's see the question. Let's understand the question once more. Like you have something like this. Like wait. Let's suppose like you have a coral where columns are of height something like this. This is the base. Suppose this is the height. Let's suppose this is the height. Okay. Now, when you suppose build an aquarium of height up till here, like from here till here, like let's suppose this is your aquarium. So when you pour the water will occupy this all space, right? So let's suppose this is some value of h and this occupied this is value of h naught and this occupied x naught amount of water. Now just tell me, when you increase the value of h, like let's suppose you increase your h till here, like now this is your h, this full one is your h dash. So now the water it will occupy will be something greater than this h naught, right? Like this will occupy water, this full space. So let's suppose water occupied by this is x dash. Now just see me one thing, like if you can clearly see that h naught is less than h dash. So yeah, this will be the case, like x naught is less than x dash. This will always be true, right? If water corresponding to height h naught is x naught and water corresponding to height h dash is x dash, then you can always say that x naught will always be less than x dash. It may be equal to also, but yeah, it will always be less than equals to x dash. Now the question is, we need to maximize the value of h, right? Keeping the above limit of x. So let's break it down to the condition. Like we know that for some height, let's suppose we will start height with 1. For this height there was some value of x. Similarly, as we go on increasing the height, the value of x increases. So let's suppose when height was 1, the value of x was satisfying that x was like less than the maximum value of water which we can pour. Similarly, when we made height equals to 2, at that time also x dash was also less than x, and so on. Like for some value of h, as we go on increasing the h, the condition was true, like the amount of water was less than equals to x. Now after some point of time, we will get that the amount of water, as we go on increasing the h, after some time we will get that amount of water will exceed the maximum capacity. So at that point of time, we will get the condition as false. And for this question, what we need to find out is, we need to find out the last row. In this question, we need to find out the last true, isn't it? We need the maximum value of h, right? In which the condition is satisfied. So we need to find out the last true. Okay. So this is what we can do by, this is a simple problem of precedented binary search. We can apply that and find the answer. Now what is the condition? Like see, if suppose we have aquarium of height h and this is suppose the column. So can we say that the amount of water which will be poured in this space will be nothing but h minus height of column, isn't it? Column height. Now let's suppose column height was something like this. So can we say that in this column no amount of water will be poured? Therefore, for every column, can we say that the amount of water poured will be maximum of 0, comma, height of aquarium minus height of column? Isn't it? Like if this comes out to be negative, this means that the height of column is greater than the height of aquarium, and in that case the amount of water poured will be 0. And if this comes out to be positive, then that will be the amount of water which will be poured. Therefore, we can run a for loop from 0 to n and check the amount of water poured for every h, and we can apply a binary search on h. So yeah, that will be the code. Like for some h, the condition will be true, 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 and after some point of time you will get as false. And since we want true as our answer, so yeah, we will return this. How we can do this? We can initialize the starting index with the maximum value, or like the minimum permissible value. The minimum height can be 1, and we can initialize our ending index with the maximum value of h possible. So yeah, let's see what is the maximum value of h given. The maximum value of x is 10 power 9. Okay, so yeah, we can take any value. Like let's suppose we take it as 10 power 12, which is 1e12. So let's ei be 1e12, si is 1, and we will keep an answer. And since whenever we find a condition true, whenever the condition is true, and since we want true as our answer, so what we will do is we will initialize our answer with mid and do starting index as mid plus 1 for the last true, that is the better expectation, like the greater height. And if the condition is false, so we know that that is not our answer, so we will do nothing with answer, just we will do ending index as mid minus 1. We are doing this for many lectures, right? Like we need to find out the answer as true. So whenever we find a true, at that point of time we will initialize answer with mid, and for the better true we will look in the right part. And if we find out false, we know like we can get true in the left hand side, and this false cannot be our answer. So in that case we will simply do ending index as mid minus 1. So yeah, let's code it down once. Okay. So let me open. Okay. Let's run this. This part is of more importance. Okay, now let's see what are the conditions. They have told us to take the value of t, and each test case has n and x. Okay, so in t, and we will run for every test case. Let's have n and x. This ll is like long. I have defined it. Okay, we took the value of n and x, that is the number of columns and the maximum permissible value of x. Okay, now they are given the height of each column, so we can store it in our array, the height of each column. Okay, so by this we have stored the height of each column. And yes, now we need to say the maximum height of aquarium such that water level does not exceed x. So let's initialize our values. Like the starting value can be like 1, minimum permissible value, and ending value let's initialize with 1e12. And now, and let's keep an answer. Now we will learn, like run a for while loop. These are the steps which I have been doing for long, right? I am just writing the simple template: ending index minus starting index by 2. And if our condition is true, then what we are doing, we are just initializing it with our answer and looking for better answer in the right part. So starting index will shift to mid plus 1. And if our condition is false, we know that this can't be the answer and we have true answer in the left, so we can just shift our ending index to mid minus 1. And at the end, what we can do, we can just print the answer, right? So what is the condition? The condition is like we have we are keeping the height of aquarium as mid, and let's make a function for this, a helper function. We are keeping the height of the aquarium as mid. Let's pass the array and the size of the array, right? So if we have mid, like boolean function helper, this is the height which we are taking, this is our array, and this is the size of the array. Now like we should also know the maximum permissible value, right? So we should pass x also. Okay, x. Now the amount of water poured till now, let's it is 0, and we will traverse over the entire array, and for each column, what will be the amount of water poured in that particular column? It will be max of 0, comma, the maximum permissible height minus the column height, right? And we will return that this temp value, that is amount of water poured, should be less than equals to x. If that is the case, we are returning true, otherwise it should return false. Okay, so let's see if it's working or not. Let's run this one. Okay, so they have one issue with this. Okay, so what I did is I took it over here. Okay, all are wrong. Mistake over here also. Mid is equals to starting index, and let's take it as yes. Okay, let's wait once. Okay, we got an answer 442335 and this stuff. Let's check. Yeah, it's working. Let's try to submit it. Okay, it is giving us a runtime error. Why? Let's check it out. Okay, we made the file hello4.cpp and by mistake I submitted the wrong file. Okay, it got accepted. I hope you got understood. If any doubt is left, just write down in the comment section. Okay, thank you.